Hi everyone, we're back with another podcast. I'm your host Phoebe, and today we have a very special guest who is also my very special friend. Hi Lauren.
Hi Phoebe, thanks for
How are you
having me.
feeling? How are you feeling?
Bit nervous,
It's the
but
first time.
yeah.
Oh, fine. Fine, trust. So, could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Lauren. I'm 17 and I'm currently in year 12.
Anything more to add to your background? Where are you from?
I'm from Malaysia, and I enjoy playing football.
Okay. And can you give us how you ended up joining BISP in the first place?
So I first played for my national team when I was 13, and over there I met a girl called Celine. She's actually playing in Germany right now. And she actually introduced me to the school. So then I applied for it, came here for trials, everything went well, and I came back like 2 months later. Yeah.
And how long? And you're part of the Cruzeiro Academy, is that correct?
Yeah, I am.
And you've been playing like ever since you joined.
Yeah.
And how do you find the academy? Is it fun?
Yeah,
like it?
I really enjoy playing for the Cruzeiro Academy. I think, the training's really good, the coaches are really supportive, and I've grown a lot, not only as a player but as a person over the past few years I've been here.
And as a student athlete in Cruzeiro, how does your day-to-day schedule look like? I know because we share a toilet, so I know you wake up early and stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to give us a schedule or like a break run through of like how your day looks like.
Honestly, it depends on the day. Sometimes usually we've got morning training like twice a week. So then we're up at like 5 something, go for training, come back, shower, go to breakfast, and then head off to school by like 7:45. And then it's just like a whole day of school, depending on the day what time it ends, but usually around 2:35. And then we're off to training after that, and then just like 1.5 to 2 hours of training. And then usually after we stay back, do a bit of extra, go to the gym. And then at like 5:45 it's dinner time, and then back to shower, and then
Prep.
just prep time, do our work,
and then chill time.
Yeah, chill time, or if we have
Full
extra
time.
work, just do more of that. Yeah.
And what position do you play?
I usually play as a fullback. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have like, full idea what that does. Like, okay, I know every position, so can you tell me a little bit more about it? Your role?
So I think as a fullback, I'm required to go up and down the flanks a lot. It can be quite tiring, but I really enjoy that. And kind of get to participate in the attacks, but also drop back to defend as well. So I think I like being able to do both of that and contribute in the attacking side and the defending side.
And you're like mostly away from school, I think. Like usually on like the weekends when you have like tournaments.
Yeah.
Like, how many tournaments have you like joined? Like so far. Okay, like not like number, but like where and stuff.
Yeah, so like this year I've only been to I think one tournament, but that's because I've been away for most of the year. Because I've been at national team. But before we've had tournaments like the big one, Soccer 7, which is held in our school, and then we've had like I think it was Samui. We had Harrow Cup as well, and I think BSL before. Yeah.
And can you tell us a little more about Soccer Sevens? I know you were champions.
Yeah, so I've played my first Soccer Sevens when I came in year 9. And we won that one. It was pretty good. But I think after that we didn't have Soccer Sevens for a while, because of COVID. And then just last year in November, we had Soccer Sevens again. And it was a really good tournament. You know, the atmosphere is really good and everyone just comes and cheers. And we managed to win that one as well, but it was quite sad because our coach was leaving, so it was a last tournament together and it was quite emotional.
How about this year? Are you planning to win again this year?
Got to win again.
have to must. And currently you're not the captain. So are you aiming for that position next year?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice
It'd be
to
nice.
beat the girls, yeah. But I don't
Yeah.
really mind as long as I'm playing football. Like, I'm happy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But aiming.
Yeah.
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 Oh, but you're currently the student advisor, no? For the year 12s or like the old
Yeah.
school. So how does that work? Like what are you supposed to do? What's your role? Is you advise students?
Yeah, so Finley and I were the student advisors
Mm-hmm.
for football. So I'm the advisor for the girls team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so basically what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to kind of help um student athletes like in
Mm-hmm.
our academy, um kind of to juggle between sports and
Right.
academics, and if they have any issues and
Mm-hmm.
inquiries they can come to us. And we also want to like organize events to bring
Mm-hmm.
other sports academies together so that we kind of support each other. And we do that at Soccer Sevens as well. The swimmers and
Mm-hmm.
the tennis players and everyone, they come and support us, and we'd
Mm-hmm.
like to do that and help them as well when they have their events.
You've been slacking a lot though in huddles. I feel like Finley's the one making the announcements all the time. Maybe
Okay,
next
because
week.
I'm
Next
never
week. Yeah,
there.
I'll expect
Yeah,
you next week.
yeah.
And not only are you a student athlete in our school, I know you went away for like 2 months, 3 months.
It's like 3 months.
My toilet has
Yeah.
never been more peaceful. I never thought I would enjoy like not sharing a toilet. I got
Yeah,
so
'cause
used
I
to
came
having
back,
you.
and then as soon as I came back,
The door
I
was
tried to
just
go to the
locked.
bathroom and it was locked, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
I
Phoebe
was
definitely
just so
forgot that
used. Yeah, I
coming
was
back.
so
Yeah.
used. And okay, so why were you away? I wonder why you were away.
Yeah,
Where?
so the first time I was away, I actually went for the under 20
Mm-hmm.
tournament with the national team. Um, and then I came back for like 3 days of school,
Yeah.
and then I got called back for SEA Games, which was with the senior team. Yeah, so
Oh.
it was pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I missed like another 2 months of school.
You're right. You're back
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it was quite a lot.
More on your SEA Games experience, like
Um,
everything training.
Yeah, so it was pretty difficult actually
Mm-hmm.
because, moving up to a senior team, and then competing with players that are a lot older
Right. Mm-hmm.
and experienced. But it's also pretty difficult because I injured myself
Oh no.
like the first match that we played, and so kind of just
Mm-hmm.
going through rehab and doing all the scans and whatnot, and it
Mm-hmm.
was it was really tough because I wasn't supposed to make it back in time to play,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a risk that if I played I would have damaged it more.
Right.
But luckily enough, I managed to actually go for the tournament, which
Mm-hmm.
was a really big
It's a big deal.
achievement for
Yeah.
me. Yeah. And then I like I said, I wasn't meant to play,
Mm-hmm.
so I was kind of kept out until the last match. I was feeling a bit better, and I did get some game time, but it was really painful to
Right.
to play through it.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I'm just really happy I managed to make my senior team debut.
Oh, that's so sweet. I remember I cried. Remember, like we were in the piano room, and
Oh
you were like, "You're
yeah,
going
yeah. I told her I
again,"
was
and then I was
leaving.
just
Yeah.
crying. Then you came back like for like 3 days and just
Yeah, and then I just
disappeared
left.
again.
Yeah.
I was like, is the training like different from what you have in like Cruzeiro?
Yeah, I think just with different teams and coaches,
right.
naturally everyone has different playing styles and ideas about how the game should be played. And it's just, I think for me, just being able to adapt to these different methodologies, and I think overall that just makes me a better player. And
Right.
when I go to a new team, which is definitely gonna happen, just like moving forward, it's gonna be easier to transition and to adapt to different environment.
Method triangulation.
Yeah, data triangulation.
Data triangulation. And okay, but overall, how fun was it? Okay, give me on a scale of 1 to 10.
For SEA Games.
Yeah. It does. Okay, we don't count the injury.
Oh, because the injury brings it down.
Yeah,
quite a
exactly.
lot.
Like
Yeah,
by the
but
factor.
I think it's probably like an 8 with the injury.
Oh, even with an injury.
With the injury,
Okay,
it's an
that's
8.
nice.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the injury, it would have
You'd be
been
like,
like an 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you meet DC too? I heard you guys
Yeah.
in the SEA Games too.
So I actually met DC and Dove, who used to be in the school as well. They both played for the Philippines national team. I think it's the under 22 age group, or under 23 for the
Right.
men's.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool as well because in the hotel you had all like the football team staying there, and I think
Oh.
there's like some other sports as well, but I'm not too sure.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it was just like packed with like all the footballers, and
Mm-hmm.
then we had Philippines and Vietnam in our group,
Mm-hmm.
and they're both going to the World Cup, so it was pretty cool to like
Mm-hmm.
play against
Right.
players that are going to the World Cup, and
Mm-hmm.
just seeing where I stand amongst some of the best teams in Asia,
I know
Southeast
you
Asia.
went against Myanmar. And then my
Yeah.
friends sent me like who they were like, oh, who are you supporting? I'm like,
Yeah.
I just pretended I never saw that message. I went through it. I'm just like, okay, I'm not replying to that.
Yeah.
But in my head, it was you. You know it. You know it. Also, but I know you had to learn online
Yeah.
while doing the SEA Games because
Yeah.
you were like, Phoebe, can you send me this stuff?
Yeah, Phoebe
Like,
had helped me so much, especially with like history and
oh,
psychology.
can you say that a bit louder? Can you say that a bit louder? But how did you find that like online learning?
It was
Just
it
back
was
to like
it was a
COVID times,
lot
no?
to do, like,
Yeah.
and especially with like the training, and also because when I went back it was
Mhm.
Ramadan period, so our schedules were basically like really really weird.
Mhm.
We train at like 9-10 at night, so we end training at
Whoa.
like 12 in the or like, and then we
Oh,
get
that's
back.
that's when
we
your
get
streaks
back
came.
Yeah, we
That's
get
true.
back at
Uh-huh.
like 1 something, and then we've got to give our
Oh
laundry
my
and have
God.
like dinner. Well, dinner.
Did breakfast? Early
Yeah.
breakfast?
And then we go back, shower, and go to sleep. By the time we go to
Oh
sleep, it's like
no.
3 in the morning. So then we wake up like really late, and for the
Mhm.
non-Muslims we've got lunch at like 12 something
Mhm.
or like 1, and then it's
So when
kind
do you
of
end up
just
getting your stuff done? Do you have time?
it's really difficult, and
Right.
like
Mhm.
I think it would have been easier if I wasn't injured, because
Right.
all my free time that I had when I wasn't going to training with them, I had to go for physio, and that took a lot of
Right.
time as
Mhm.
well. Yeah.
Oh no. Are you like recovering now? That's definitely
Yeah.
getting better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was told to rest for like minimum like 6 weeks, but
Oh.
we've got like a tournament coming up as well. So I've been
You're expecting to play?
Yeah, I'm expecting to play, and I've just been doing rehab and swimming to just keep my cardio
Oh,
up.
swimming. Oh, that's why
Yeah.
that's where you're off.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. But how is it like though coming back to school from online to like actual physical like learning?
I think the transition was obviously really difficult because as soon as I came back, it was like the first day of exam.
Yeah.
So I was obviously not prepared at all, and it was really difficult.
What was the first subject? Psychology.
Yeah, and
Right.
like
Yeah.
there's so much
Content
to
heavy.
remember.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if I had to do if I was gonna do the exams or not. But then I came back, and I got told I had to. So it was just kind of like cramming like all
A lot.
the work into
Yeah.
one day, and obviously I didn't manage to learn everything that I
Right.
missed. So I kind of just went over whatever that I knew, and then obviously the gaps in what I've missed, I've got to do over the summer. So it's kind of like the sacrifices of going away for
But
tournaments.
I think it's worse that it was all cramped together into like 2 weeks, like
Yeah,
day
it
to
was
day,
really
and then you just it's like there's like 2 subjects in a day.
Yeah.
Then you have to like cram. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think you did it well for the exams?
Yeah,
It's fine. You have a good excuse.
That.
Yeah, you have we build up this whole like SEA Games like thing, so you have a good excuse for that.
I think for like what I
Mm-hmm.
for the amount that I was actually here to study, I think I did pretty well. But obviously, like, there's a lot that I need to like catch up with. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. You can just bother me.
Yeah.
Also on the topic of like health, do your coaches, are they like in charge of like your nutrition and like the food you take, or is it just like your choice, like on what you like choose to eat?
Here. Or...
Yeah. Okay. Like for both cases.
I think over here they kind of leave it up to you. It's like what you want to eat and stuff. Obviously, they advise us on what foods and are good for us, and kind of just having a balance. But ultimately, it's down to us to make that call. But in national team, they've kind of like we stayed in a hotel and they ordered food for us, so it's kind of just like
Oh, just
according
like
to
eat this.
whatever
Right.
they want us to eat. And then occasionally we've got like cheat days, and there was this celebration called Hari Raya, so people brought like food from home and we just celebrated that night, and then after that no more cheat days.
That was the only cheat day.
I think
Occasionally.
there was another one. They got Starbucks for us, but yeah.
Like low, like
Yeah,
no sugar
minimal,
Starbucks.
yeah.
And like I know you go to the gym quite frequently, and you mentioned you're swimming right now to keep your body in check. So like, any tips or like to keep your like body and fit?
I think it's just about kind of having a balance. Obviously you want to do as much as you can, do as much exercise as you can, but you know you've got to have rest days as well. And I learned that the hard way. Like when I went for the under-20s tournament as well, like my friends who know me, they know I like don't take breaks, and I just train all the time.
Grind.
And that ended up being a bad thing because you know you overdo it and then your body doesn't have time to rest. So I also got injured in the under-20 tournament, so I didn't get to play that one.
Oh no.
It was a tough experience, but from there I was picked to go to the SEA Games, so I guess it was like a blessing in disguise, I guess. So even though I didn't get to play, I kind of learned more about my body, and then knowing like when I should stop and when I should kind of give my body a rest.
Yeah, I actually saw you in a video, the thumbnail where you were on the ground with your legs up during a match. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
No, I've never
There's
seen
a
that.
thumbnail, and then your legs were just like up in the air.
Oh,
you were on your
I
legs.
know. No, that was like a tournament a long time ago. I got fouled.
Yeah, I was like, is that Lord?
Yeah.
Then I just opened it. Yeah. Okay, so you need to be really careful with injuries now, especially for soccer 7.
Yeah.
It's coming this November, right? And do you play any other sports besides from football? I know you play pool, but I don't know if that counts as a sport. I'm thinking like pool.
Yeah, I do like playing pool.
Golf. You do play golf?
No, actually,
I saw you like.
my first sport was actually tennis.
Oh.
My mom got me into it 'cause she was a really good tennis player. And then I actually swam and did golf when I was younger, and I was really good. I was actually really good.
Sea eagles.
Basically. But then I don't know, over the years I just got really bad at swimming and golf, and I forgot how to swim for like a good 3 years, and now because I got injured I had to relearn how to swim. But now I've
like treading the water.
Yeah, I've got it back, so it's alright. And then when I was a bit older, I did like track and field and football, which was like really intense because I'd have like training for football like almost every day when I was back in Malaysia, like around 12, 13. And then in every morning basically I had I think I had track training like Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. So that's like I'd wake up like 5 something and head to school, and then
no wonder you ran so fast during like sports
training,
day, right?
Early in the morning, and then after school I have like football training. So it was like tiring. And then on Tuesday, Thursday when I didn't have track training in the morning, I'd go to school early and do my football drills, whatever, and after school training again. So it was like a lot. And then on the weekends just matches, and
how do you like juggle between like academics and sports? Like how
it's difficult. But I think like what I said earlier about having a balance between academics and sports, but also like social life and keeping updated with my family and stuff. It's really important.
You're also a boarder. How are you finding board? No, you've been in boarding you've been here since year 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's like 3 years. So how are you finding boarding? Anything different from like last year since I came, you know?
I think I think I enjoyed it a bit more like last year before Phoebe.
No, I thought you were gonna say that. I think I enjoyed it more before. Like, oh my god.
I think it's because like last year and the year before, like a lot of more of my friends were here,
right. Mm-hmm.
and then like now a lot of them have left and like graduated. So there are obviously like less people, but like every year there's new people coming in. So I guess that's alright as well.
Our boarding's gonna be packed next year. Yeah. 40 girls.
Yeah.
Oh no! When we're still sharing a toilet.
Yeah, I told Phoebe like you have to share bathrooms.
She's obsessed. She's obsessed with me. She's obsessed. And do you have any plans after IB? Are you okay? Wait. So you're still gonna be here next year? That's for sure.
Yeah. And
unfortunately, we have to like graduate together. I'm dragging you to graduation with me.
Yeah.
And any plans like post IB, like in terms of academics first, like like
I'm hoping to go to US on a scholarship and just be able to play football and get a degree at the same time.
Do you have any favorite subjects in school?
Maybe don't ask me.
Okay, my bad. Okay, any like career interest? Okay. Oh, like so I heard you want to play football at university.
Yeah.
Captain.
I don't mind. Yeah.
So so far post IB, you want to continue playing football.
Yeah.
With a degree somewhere.
Yeah.
We're not sure where yet, but yeah. And let's say after university, any plans? Like, do you want to like continue, like turn into like a footballer?
I think it all depends kind of how it goes in university. Right. I think the most important thing for me is just to have a backup. That's why, going to university and getting a degree, so that if I do decide to become a professional, that's great. But, injuries are so common in football and anything could happen. So just knowing that if anything does happen, I have something to fall back on. Right. Yeah.
Like a safety.
Yeah, safety net.
Yeah, safety net. Also, this is just like, because you're like a representative, like a student athlete, Malaysian national team representative. So like, do you have any how like there are lots of like tryouts who come to our school? Yeah. Do you have any like messages to them or like advice to like prospective like students when they like come play football here?
I think I've been there in that situation before. It can be quite nerve-wracking just coming to a new school, a new environment, and obviously having to showcase your talent on the field and your hard work and all that. It can be, like I said, a bit overwhelming, but it's just important to enjoy yourself and meet new people, meet new friends. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. That was sweet. And how about like prospective families, if they want to come to
BIS? Yeah, I think it's kind of the same thing, just being a bit nervous, coming to a new place and meeting new people. But just get involved in different clubs and academies, and that's where you kind of meet people with the same interests as you, and you meet lifelong friends that way.
Build your social circle. Any final remarks? Or like okay, you can do shout outs. You can do shout outs. Just look at the camera and just you can do shout outs. No shout outs. Oh no. Okay, are you sure people aren't gonna be hurt by that? Okay. Oh, there we go. There's one.
Shout out to all my friends and the teachers and coaches who've been really supportive of me in my journey.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think when I was injured, like even back in Malaysia,
shout out to the nurses.
The nurses as well. People who like checked up on me and made sure I was okay. And also like you said, the nurses. Like when I fractured I broke my arm last year and I had to get surgery for it. Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's the picture, like the X-ray picture. Yeah, my god.
My arm like broke into like a million different pieces. Obviously the nurses for taking care of me, and the service workers.
There we go.
The chefs and everyone is part of the community.
Wow, amazing. That's the longest shout out I've ever got to. Usually people just name like people. But yeah, that works too. That works too. Okay, thank you for that shout out. And I think we did cover everything at the academics, a little social life stuff like that. I think it was perfect, to be honest. Okay, so do we want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like following from that lovely shout out. Thank you, Lauren, for coming down here. I think we've been chasing you like for the longest time to be here. So thank you for showing up, and thank you, Lauren, and thank you for watching. If you're watching from YouTube or if you're listening from Spotify or Apple or Amazon. But yeah, we got to know our student athlete, Lauren, today. So thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Do you want to say bye to the camera?
Bye. Thanks for watching.